Students, now let us look at one more important carrier in transport industry, that is the railroads. It has been the dominant mode from 1850s to World War II, playing a pivotal role in US economic development. हम US economy की बात इसलिए करते हैं because यहाँ पर rails or the railroads were actually the important aspect for the US economy, especially after the World War II. So perspective जो start होता that is from 1850s because they were considered to be the one where economic development was more and rails were actually developing there. So if you take it as a benchmark, it actually played a very important role in the development of the US economy. Then domination begins to wane after 1920. In 1920 के बाद थोड़ा कम होना शुरू हो गया. Why? Because of the public funding for roads, inland waterways, and air transport. Because after 1920, you have different modes of carriers. आपके पास mode of carriers जो हैं वो बढ़ गए. The alternatives were more than one at that point of time. What were those? There was a funding and the development for the roads. आपके पास roads बन गई. Inland waterways were there. So after sea, you could actually have like river scenario or even for the lakes, you could have the transportation and air transport. Of course, air के अंदर जैसे आपके पास airplanes की development होती गई, it become more and more frequent. और जब alternatives आ गए, तो actually the importance of railroads actually become lesser. It diminished. Then there were changes in the economy and shipper service related needs. पहले monopoly थी, but then after the alternatives were there, you need to actually change the perspective. So financial plight and economic regulations were important as well. So improved price and service competitiveness after economic deregulation, the Staggers Rail Act continuing to be the vital part of US economy today. एक act दिया गया which actually confirms or it actually when it is implemented it assures that कि आपके पास जो price or service competitiveness है in railroad it remains like that. So the thing is the rail की जो service और उसकी जो pricing है that would actually be different from the other modes. So every mode of transportation would have the advantage or disadvantages, or I would say there are some pros and cons जो कि client को सामने रखने पड़ेंगे. तो sometimes the rail would be more competitive or more attractive based on their service and pricing. तो service and pricing पे उसी तरह एक act को बना दिया गया so that railroads actually remain competitive. वो competitive रहें rather than कि वो अपनी they lose their ground regarding कि जी वो एक mode of transportation के तौर पे ना लिए जाएं. So the pricing and the service is actually an important part in this mode of carrier as well. Thank you.